Hello, welcome. I'm Dali, the host of the Dalitalks show, where I share knowledge and valuable information in hopes to inspire you to reach your goals, overcome hard times, and so that you know that you're not alone. Today's guest is Angela Cruz, a certified personal trainer, health coach, and the go to expert in helping high achieving women regain confidence and feel sexy in their bodies in only 10 minutes a day. Angela is going to be sharing some simple ways for us to apply health and fitness into our busy days in a limited time that feels good to us without giving up our favorite indulgences. Without further ado, Angela Cruz. Welcome, Angela. Thank you so much for coming on to the Dali Talk show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, Angela, can you share a little bit about who you are and what led to you becoming a health coach?
Well, my name is Angela Cruz. I'm born and raised here on the East Coast outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've always been the type of girl growing up my whole life to color outside the lines, follow her own lead, her own path. And, I'm a self-proclaimed rebel with a cause, I like to say. So basically, yeah, I'm proud of it too. But basically, I grew up living a healthy lifestyle. My mother worked for a chiropractor when I was born, and I actually had my first adjustment at about 2 days old on the way home from the hospital. So growing up with that was just like part of like the holistic health. It was my routine. I'd have massages and I'd have chiropractor appointments bi-weekly or so.
Wow.
And then my father was active duty in the military. So I would go jogging with him or working out with him on the local tracks after school or on weeknights. So growing up, and then I was one of the only neighborhoods in my development that we had a fresh garden. So I always knew like cooking from scratch, growing our own produce. It was my normal. So growing up, I knew I wanted a career where I can help other people holistically. I knew being a doctor and nurse wasn't in the cards for me, but I thought something more holistic where I can really make people feel good, starting from within where everything begins, and then just taking the steps from there. Because we all have it within us to succeed in anything we want in life. But of course, making that change. So I pursued a career I went to massage school in 2005. And then from there, I got my personal training certification and then my health coaching. So continuing to educate myself throughout the years. And I'm a big advocate for lifelong learning. So here I am today.
That's so funny. I always tell people too, I'm a lover of learning. Yeah. Oh, that's
really short version.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really amazing. And I think that you're so fortunate that you got to kind of start off, I call it the right way. Unlike most of us who don't have the opportunity to have that parent that's always into fitness and, or that parent that has that scientific background to teach us how to care for our bodies without really, being so obvious about teaching us that, it's more like, hey, this is just how it is, rather than let's learn how to be like this. So I think that's a huge advantage. That's pretty cool. So, so how did you get started once you went to massage school? What happened then? How did you start actually coaching people?
Well, from massage school, I started working at a local spa doing their massages with a women's fitness facility too. So again, I was around exercise and fitness all the time too. But I always knew inside that I wanted something on my own as far as business, career. And I come from a long line of business owners and entrepreneurs, so it's in my DNA. And I just knew like I have to do something, but I didn't quite know yet where. I had like all these pieces. I had the fitness, I had the connections, the massage, but I didn't know exactly like what was my big what, like what steps do I take next? And then I had a couple of events happen. One in 2008, my grandmother, who I was super close to, she passed away. And she was my biggest inspiration. Always encouraged me, always told me I would be, follow my dreams. I'm going to be successful no matter what I put my heart and soul to. And then in 2011, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I was young, I was healthy, I had no family history of this disease or condition of any sort. But from there, like all these collectively were my wake-up call. My grandmother, who's my guardian angel, and then being diagnosed with this chronic condition, it really inspired me that, life is so short and it's so valuable. We're each put on this earth to share our gifts, to share our wisdom with one another. And from there, I thought, you know what? I'm a young, ambitious woman. I have my whole life ahead of me. I need to inspire. I'm on a mission now to inspire other young women to really take care of themselves, be an advocate for their own health and well-being, and to pursue their dreams. So that's when I started taking the steps. I was clear now, like, this is what I need to be doing. And then from there, I just started doing, like, looking at the coaching, and then, started educating myself in the business realm. And I'm fortunate too to have relatives who are in business too to learn from.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good because I'm sure while you still must have had your struggles like any other entrepreneur, at least you had people to go to get that mentorship. That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
So
Definitely
then,
blessed.
yeah. So then when you're working with people, what does that look like, especially right now during quarantine where we have to, we can't meet up or anything like that?
I just really have been meeting what I've been doing during this time. And of course, everything right now is uncertain, but I've just been staying connected with my clients, with people in my network. Just how are you doing? Just being genuine there for them to serve, whether they need something at that moment, as far as like with their health and well being, or just like they need somewhere to talk, someone to talk to.
Mhm.
Because in a sense, you're just listening and you're just hearing what they need to express. Because when we keep things bottled up, it's not healthy. We're all human. We go through the ups, downs, and merry-go-rounds of life, as I say, and we can express that. It's healing in a sense.
Yeah. So I like that because a lot of coaches don't bring that element into their coaching, for physical training and nutrition. Yeah. And I guess that's why you put that holistic part into yours, right? That element of healing and listening to people and having a different type of connection, which is very beautiful. So are you doing one-on-one coaching? Is it group coaching? How do you work with
Currently,
clients?
it's the one-on-one coaching.
Oh,
Eventually, down the line, I would like to do group coaching, but I feel more connected right now having that one-on-one attention, because every client that I have and have had in the past, I learn something from them individually. Like I said in the beginning of the interview, we're each put on this earth to learn something from one another.
right.
It's a win-win. And I've had so many personal takeaways too from the people that I'm influenced by, that I work with, and that I just have in my life.
That's wonderful. So I'm assuming you have your normal workout program that you tailor to your clients, and then you provide nutritional information, right? So,
Yes, and since I'm not a registered dietitian, I stay within my scope of practice. I provide just the basics,
mhm,
recommending them to the dietitians or to the proper sources. And it's different, like, especially here in the US, it's different state by state. So, similar, like I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical therapist. So there's certain things that I know are out of my scope of practice. So when it comes to like meal planning and specific nutrient intakes, that's something more of a dietitian would do. But I just recommend getting your adequate amounts of your macronutrients, which includes the carbohydrates. And yes, carbohydrates are healthy for you, a number of them, your protein sources, and your healthy fats.
yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that. I know I was one of them, especially when I heard about keto and the healthy fats and all
Mhm.
of this. And because we're taught, don't eat this because it's too fatty, it's really bad for us. So, can you share with us a few myths that we should clear out of our heads, and so that we can get out of our own way to eating healthier?
There are two big ones that I hear all the time. One is, speaking of the macronutrients and the carbohydrates. Yes, you need your carbohydrates for energy, and there are like the good. I don't like to say bad necessarily, but there's the good, and I guess the not so good, if you wanna put it. I kind of tend to make my own words up as I go, but as far as like the whole grains and everything, and a lot of fruits and vegetables, they're carbohydrate in a sense as well. Some people say no carbs. That's a great source of your daily energy intake. But again, it's just really educating yourself and with those proper resources. Because when you go on the internet or we've all done it, a Google search, we tend to easily overwhelm ourselves, just self-educating in that sense. Like, what do I do? What do I believe? Are these strawberries good for me? Are they not good for me? What should I? And
Right.
as someone too having a thyroid condition, I know personally there's certain foods that I'd be very mindful of consuming. But again, too, I also have this philosophy of moderation, not deprivation when it comes to food. Yes, of course, I'm in fitness and wellness, promoting a healthy lifestyle, but it also means doesn't depriving yourself of foods you enjoy. I eat a salad, for example, but at the same time, I want a good cheeseburger when I do, you know?
Mhm.
And then also as well, I come from a multicultural background. I have an Italian, I have a Latino background. I love pasta, I love rice and beans. I'm not going to say no to those.
Yeah. That's
And I
for
would say
sure.
the other big myth is when, well, healthy food is just too expensive.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's true.
there's certain foods that are more cost effective. It's also about shopping wise versus just spend, spend, spend. And actually, one of my programs, I share that where it's helping my clients save their money, stick to the budget while shopping for healthier foods.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, we all need that because I was that person who believed, oh, I just can't afford organic or I can't afford to eat more, I don't know, of a certain type of food. And for me, it started very, very slow. And I started realizing that it was worth the money and that I was able to find it in different stores at more reasonable prices until like it took years for me. So to, gradually get that going. And as you go, I realized that you start changing your diet, not just going out and buying what you normally buy, say in organic formats, but the type of foods that you buy, you start trying things that you've never, like me growing up, I didn't even know what bok choy was, or, you know, like eggplant, and how do you cook this? And,
Or star fruit. I just had that first time like a year
oh,
ago.
so
You made a good point there too. You started making really those small steps. At
mhm,
least try, and it is a process, not everything is, we live in a society where everything is quick fix, touch of a button, which in a way is convenient, but at the same time, when it comes to your lifestyle or certain goals and aspirations, it is a process. And I personally feel too, when you open your mind to it, no, it is a process. You're going to hit those ups and downs like it would to aspire to reach any goal. You're
mhm,
going to really appreciate and value it a lot more, the journey.
yeah, yeah. So tell us a little bit about this, taking care of our health in 10 minutes a day.
Yes, I'm all about quick, simple, convenient solutions to implement into your busy lifestyle. And I always say my mission is helping women who are high achievers, whether they're entrepreneurs, working a 9 to 5, busy just juggling that schedule with work, career, family, hobbies. But yet, our own health and well being gets put on the back burner at times.
Mhm.
We're there fully presented, serving everyone else. But when it comes to our own needs, our own self care, our own health, we don't always tend to prioritize that. So I've come up with these solutions really to help women. Just go through your life. Make yourself first and foremost your number one priority. If there's one thing I could tell you want to walk away with, make yourself your number one priority. You have 2 minutes a day, you have 5 minutes, those 10 minutes, do something for you. It could be a couple of slow breaths, just being mindful in the moment. Something for you that you know you can easily sustain and be consistent with.
So then do you help people come up with a way to, create a little program with them, with
Mhm.
tailored, I guess, to their own routine?
Exactly. And what I do as well is I provide, I'm known for a lot of my followers now known for making my fitness videos, which are under 3 minutes. They're body weight workouts. You can do them anywhere, anytime. And sometimes it's utilizing household equipment, like household supplies. You use soup cans, water bottles, hand towels. You're using your body. Our bodies are machines. Using them as your own resistance, using gravity, which is free, it's a natural resource, using that too, really just to sustain and reach those fitness goals. And they can, again, be applied. You don't have for a full 30, 60-minute workout.
Mhm.
Just make those small, consistent little changes through your day. When it becomes consistent, it becomes a habit, and you start reaching your goals before you even know it.
That's awesome. So then essentially people who are interested in getting a little bit of a workout here and there can go on to your Instagram. Is that right?
My Instagram and my YouTube, and then also on my website, I have a list of all my workouts. And I'm
Perfect.
in the process of filming brand new ones too, so be on the lookout.
Awesome. So I guess during quarantine, that's one of the things that we can do. Just hit up one of your videos on there and just try them
Absolutely.
out. And I love that you mentioned using canned food as weights, because that's one of the excuses that we also use. It's like, oh, but I don't have workout equipment. So yeah,
And
you're
also, too, then when you're done, hey, you got a post workout, you got dinner.
yeah.
And that's one thing too. I just try to make things, be creative as possible too. Get
Mhm.
those creativity juices flowing. Like, you know what? You can multitask in that moment. As high achieving women, we tend to multitask all the time too.
Yeah.
But again, what it comes down to is when you make yourself the number one priority, implementing the small workouts in your routine. Another thing I do too is I share typically on my Instagram stories, I share just simple, convenient little food prep ideas you can put together. And again, it's just being quick, convenient, consistent. If you're in the kitchen, for example, say you're prepping, you're cooking on the stove. Okay, a few minutes to wait so you can sit there and do jumping jacks in place or push-ups on the countertop. Again, be creative, you make it all work.
Yeah,
Taking the hands out of the pantry and doing arm curls.
that's funny you say that, because the first time I tried that, I felt so silly, but now it's become a routine. And I have realized that, while you hear all the time, get 30 minutes a day, at least get 30 minutes a day. I was sat down the other day and I was adding up how many repetitions I did, and because I kind of gauged how long each one would take. And I went over those 30 minutes. And usually I do. If I do that intermittently, throughout the day, where like I was waiting on my coffee to reheat for 2 minutes in front of the microwave. So I was doing squats, and my husband walks in. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "My squats." And then something else would happen. I'm like, "Oh, I can do some plies right now."
Mhm.
Or yeah, the push-ups against the counter or something. Though there may not be the normal push-ups, but after a while, when you're doing that constantly, I can testify that you feel it afterwards.
You
So
think there's 2 minutes, like, oh, 2 minutes, what am I gonna do in 2 minutes? But it's like, whoa, 2 minutes. It's so how
mhm.
valuable it really is.
It is. And you know what I love most? That at the end of the day, I'm not feeling like irresponsible for my health, or guilty that I didn't do a full 30-minute workout in one sitting, because I know that I was very active and intentional, throughout the day. So I love that. So I'm gonna check out your videos, because I know I've seen a few here and there, but I've been into because I'm following a curriculum right now, that I put together myself with a compilation of things. Um,
Wonderful.
yeah. So, but I like that too. I like the changing routine, because I've purchased videos in the past where I say, okay, if I do this for 30 days, and then on like day 3, I'm so over it. I'm like, this again, the same thing. So I like the variety, because it keeps me, I don't know, it's like a little interesting. It's like, what's
Mhm.
going to happen today? How am I going to feel that on my body today?
Surprise. And you're like, oh, muscle that you know I had.
Oh, yes.
You
Yes.
still have like your energy and just like your mood, it shifts too. Because we know that exercise, physical activity releases those endorphins, those happy chemicals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
And I
feel
love,
that internal motivation comes out too. You're like, you know what, I got this.
right.
And then also I implement these because again, making yourself your priority, fitting in fitness, eating healthy, little changes you can make to your routine. Again, as high achieving women, we show up differently in our lives. All these areas that we're balancing, we show up to each one of them fully and present with that inner confidence. And then we have that drive and determination really to continue pursuing our aspirations.
Right. Yeah. So tell me, do you have any programs going on right now that you'd like our viewers to learn about?
I have currently a 10-day, it's a healthy kickstart uh, one-on-one coaching program. And why is it kickstart? In the 10 days, and I'm somebody who's very in alignment when I come up with an idea or a course program. And I thought, 10 days. It's one-on-one, it's intensive. And what I do is I take my client and walk them through, again, similar to what I just explained as far as going through their routine. Where are areas they can make the improvements? They can incorporate those changes that feel good to them. And it's not direct style of coaching where I'm telling them, you have to do this, 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 this. But you know what? Asking them those open-ended questions. What feels good to you? What do you like? Like, what exercises do you like? What exercises don't you like? Same thing with food. Again, I'm all about moderation, not deprivation. I'll never say you can't eat donuts again. You can't eat salads all the time. No, it's what works for you, because when you enjoy something, that's when you're going to stick with it.
Right.
And it's the kickstart, because I'm helping them come up with those. They're going to discover the solutions to overcome the obstacles on their own, and the accountability and everything, the check-ins. You did this today. You did one thing today. That's fine. And then again, coming up with the solutions when they go grocery shopping, they're saving their money, they're sticking to their budget while purchasing healthier food.
Very good. So it's a 10-day program.
Mhm.
And how do people sign up for it?
You go to my website and I have the link where you would just contact me. I have a form where they just fill out a little questionnaire, and then I contact them and make sure this program is right for them. So I never just throw someone something that, maybe a program that doesn't work for them, they don't really enjoy. But I have my whole page where they can read more details and everything, and then what they actually get with it as far as like the coaching calls and everything too. But really to walk away with it with the confidence and determination, like I can easily implement small strategies throughout my routine.
So then this program is pretty much, it could be anybody, right? They don't have to be super fit, or they can be people who are just starting off. They haven't worked
Just,
out in a
yeah,
long
it's just, or
time.
just, or even need something new. Like, I've done this one thing for so long, but I just really need like that kickstart, something brand new where I can start implementing small changes. I just need a change. We know change is part of life, and a lot of people fear it, but it's what keeps you inspired and moving forward. Which that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day that I can get into. So.
Yeah. Wonderful. So are there any other upcoming events that you might be having, or aside from the 10-day challenge?
So something that I also am providing too is a mini journaling course. It's a 3-part series, and I have a morning routine where I write out my goals as positive affirmations, either in the present tense, where of course they're taking place right now, or in past tense. I've already achieved them, and it's already a part of my life. And when you write this way, there's a power of writing things down, power of pen to paper, how it stimulates your subconscious mind and your brain to think in a different way. And our subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's going on right now or what's not. So we can take any goals from your life, whether it's your finances, your career, your health and well-being, your environment. We can write them down and make them your reality. You show up differently.
Right.
And I have an example, little story I'm going to share is a few years ago, I was on the lookout for a brand new car. And I knew I wanted a Honda Civic. So I write that down in my journal. And I would get detailed. This is my exact journaling prompt. I am so happy and grateful to drive my 2019 Rally Red Honda Civic sedan. I would write that, would affirm it, or visualize myself driving it. And then, so last year, I actually got that car. And when I got it, it wasn't like, oh, I got a new car, this. Yes, it was exciting, of course, but it was my normal. And I thought, well, yeah, because that's supposed to happen.
I love that.
Red, look at us in our red, red's my color. But yeah, I wrote it down, I went in, I got it, and the process was so easy, and just how things worked out in your favor. And I noticed the things I've written down, how a lot of them have taken place in my life, even from the relationships in my life, the connections, I'm here meeting you, being interviewed, it's
Yeah.
how these amazing things happen for you. And again, it's aside from the fitness side of it, but it's more of like that well-being and that
Yes.
self-care practice.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that story. I think that, I hope actually that a lot of young people get to watch, especially that part of the journaling that you just shared, because I unfortunately learned it until I was a lot older. I mean, it's great that I finally learned it, but it could have been so much more helpful in my life had I learned that habit early on. I think it also would help kind of get over our own fears
Mhm.
and tackle challenges with a different mindset when we journal out certain things, because we know what the end result is and we just have to get over those humps, you know? Yeah.
Exactly. And
So I
mindset's
love
where
it.
it all begins.
Yeah. So you're helping us with our mindset, with our physical needs and our
Mhm.
nutritional needs. It's
Mind, body, and spirit.
yeah, yeah. And all it all starts with that 10-day challenge. And Angela, you were also mentioning that you have an ebook, right?
I do. I have that free ebook. It's 4 ways for high achieving women to feel sexy and confident in those 10 minutes or less per day. So you can go to my website, you can download that, and really just implement those four little things that I do in my routine daily to show up fully, and you can implement too in the way that feels good to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Well, Angela, thank you so much for your time and for sharing your knowledge and sharing all those valuable little golden pieces of nuggets so that we can help whoever's watching this. And I'll be checking you out on social media. So, can you remind us one more time what your handle is and where we can go check out your services and everything that you offer?
Yes, all my social media handles are the same. That Miss Angela Cruz. And then my website is missangelacruz.com.
Thank you so much, Angela. So there you have it. Another wonderful guest, Angela Cruz, has shared these valuable tips with us. Take her up on that 10-day challenge. I think that you're going to really enjoy it. I think I'm going to do it since I'm already doing a workout and I'm on a roll. So I might see you there. And if you like videos like these, please don't forget to like this video, comment, tell me about the favorite things that you learned from this video, and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to subscribe to the Dalitalks email newsletter, go ahead and check me out at dalitalks.com. And remember that you can follow me anywhere on social media using my handle, Dalitalks. Again, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.